Bonjour monsieur.
Ah, bonjour. Qu'est-ce que je vous sers?
S'il vous plaît, un verre d'eau s'il vous plaît, pour moi. C'est bon?
Oh, you speak English. Okay, so if you want, you can talk in English.
Ok. Alors, je peux parler un peu français, c'est bon?
Un petit peu?
Un petit peu.
Ok, so...
Je voudrais un verre d'eau s'il vous plaît.
Un verre d'eau,
bon?
ok.
Merci. Ça, merci. Sans glaçon. Merci, c'est trop confortable. Merci beaucoup. Très gentil.
Excuse me, but you look like Patrick Doyle. I recognize you.
Oui.
This is you.
Oui.
Okay, so this is the first time that I see you in this bar. You're passing on Aubagne?
Oui.
In Aubagne, yes?
Oui, I'm here for the festival, for the cinema music festival.
For the FIFA, okay, yeah, I heard about it.
Oui. So it's a great compliment to be here.
Yep.
And a pleasure to be part of this very famous festival, which I understand has been going for 20 years. So,
cool.
And I'm a guest of honor, and it is an honor to be here. Merci.
You come here to show some work, something?
Oui. The festival asked if I would like to show one of my films, so I suggested Cinderella.
Okay.
Le réalisateur est Monsieur Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
Il est un grand ami de moi.
Yeah.
So it's and I am here to talk about my career in film.
Okay, so
and
how
talk
does
about my process.
Okay,
Oui.
cool. So how does it go? It's pretty well.
So it's the first time I gave an interview in very bad French.
It's not a problem.
So c'est nouveau pour moi. C'est nouveau pour moi.
Okay, so I know that you're coming here, and what bring you to be here today? Like, what is your professional career that bring you to be here today? Okay.
I study piano, tuba, un chanteur aussi, harmony, counterpoint,
okay.
Classic music en général.
Okay, so how long have you been playing the piano?
Oh, I began when I was 12.
When I was 12.
C'est a little late to begin the piano.
Yeah, of course.
So yes, but I didn't really work very hard until I went to the conservatoire.
Okay.
Then I had to do,
of course,
a lot of work.
Yeah, I know.
But the work only begins when you leave.
Okay. So you've been working on a lot of projects. You have made a lot of music. So did you challenge yourself?
Oui, tous les films sur notre challenge.
Ouais, un challenge, ouais.
Challenge. It's never boring.
Okay.
It's never boring.
It's every time different depending the projects. I think so.
And also when you become older,
yep.
You are less anxious.
Okay.
You're more experienced. I just wish when I was your age, when I was younger, I had the same experience.
Okay.
Malheureusement, quand vous êtes 66,
yes.
Vous arrivez de le point quand vous avez expérience, mais vous êtes très vieux. Ça c'est le balance, hein?
So you don't compare all your projects, like you always try to make the best for all the projects and different directors.
Oui, bien sûr,
yes.
tout le projet c'est important, c'est très important.
Ouais.
Je travaille très dur. Je suis très passionné. J'adore le travail.
Okay.
I never find it boring. Dans ma tête, j'ai écouté musique toutes les fois.
D'accord.
Toutes les fois. C'est un malade.
C'est un peu...
un artistique malade.
Vous êtes un peu perfectionniste ou pas?
Oui,
enfin, ouais,
beaucoup,
un peu.
C'est comme ça.
Okay. So, on many projects, particularly on Harry Potter 4, your music, like your symphony, make us think of a fairy tale, a kind of fairy tale.
Yeah.
Was it on purpose? It was your choice to make feel like a fairy tale, or you are very directive, like all the director and the production say to you that you have not to franchir les...
Oui, je comprends.
Yeah.
No, I was given lots of freedom to write the way I wanted. Of course, there's a direction for the tone of the movie en general, but no, I was the director. He asked if I could be as bold and as original as I wanted to be. I used some of John Williams' theme, the Hedgewick theme from the previous 3 films, only for about 25-30 seconds. But this film had lots of magic and lots of new characters. And Voldemort, his character was far more prominent. So I had the opportunity to create new themes and new ideas. And then of course there was the ball, the magical ball.
Of course.
And the romance. For the first time you had love element. So all these were new for me. So it was a very good opportunity to create my own voice.
Okay, hello. But you have also a lot of different projects and very big, like
Thor, Planet of the Apes, Calypso's Way.
Like also Rebel.
Rebel. Plus I had a little part in Rebel. I have 3 lines as an actor in Rebel. Yes, at the end of Rebel you see the person with the... at the very, very end you see, during the credits, a guy who's asleep.
I remember,
C'est moi.
Okay. Cool.
It's me, that's me.
At the end of the credits, okay. It is true that composer dealing with difficult situation. Like, do you think it's difficult to work with director and production and with all the process, like movie process, to feel free of what you make for the projects?
I think it depends on your personality. It depends on your attitude, how difficult you find the work. The more experience I get, the more relaxed I am, and the more flexible you become. You become a collaborator. And also, the older you get, the more they ask your advice. Good directors will say, "What do you think?" They'll ask your advice because they realise I have now written the music for 6 Twassell movie. So after 60 films, you have experience. So it becomes a collaboration. The secret is listen to the director, listen to the producer, listen to the filmmakers, listen.
So all people have to listen themselves.
Simple. Just to listen. What would you like? I like big music. Okay, you got it. I'd like you say maybe not
like
as
this.
big there, maybe small there. Okay.
It's not like you say no. It's like maybe like this.
Sure, of course. And also, the more experienced you are with the orchestra, with film, and they quickly realise how experienced you are. You cannot hide your experience. You have to put in the hours. So I worry. I'm less anxious. C'est la vie. If it's very, very bad, I'll say au revoir.
Of course.
But it's never that bad.
It's life. So.
It's never that bad. There's always a solution.
You said that you feel stressful or enthusiastic when you're producing some movie of big movie. Like when you make song, you feel like more enthusiastic or more stressfully sometimes?
Well, in these great big movies, the important thing is not to pick up on their stress. If they're stressed, you let them be stressed. You're calm. But there are certain films, when I am asked to do certain films, I can feel too much stress coming from them, and I feel maybe it's disorganized or maybe it's not for me, so I say no. I say no. So you have choices. When you're older, you have choices.
Of course.
But yes, it's. I mean, it's stressful, but
It's a good stress.
I learned to control it more.
Yeah.
I was a long time ago. I was
distance.
ill. I was very sick. 21 years ago, I had leukemia, and after this, my body is just stops.
Okay.
There's something happens, my body just stops.
Yes.
I don't feel the stress. I don't. It doesn't allow me to be stressful anymore.
Okay.
So I will say.
It's kind of antidote.
It is. It's not an antidote.
No.
It's just I have a body mechanism now
Yep.
that just closes down. This is
Okay.
and I don't allow their stress to enter me.
Yeah.
It's like stress is infectious. It spreads around the room.
Yeah.
I don't allow this. When they come into my space, I'm calm.
Yeah.
It's all calm. If they have a problem, that's not my problem. Right? Okay.
This is yours.
I will sort it out without stress. That's what I try to do.
Yes. So you compose classical music, but what do you think about the other kind of music?
I love all music.
You have all of music?
All music, yes.
Sure.
I love all music. Yes, I do. I love all music.
There are a lot of kind of music, very different.
Well, I listen to everything. Music
Okay.
is music.
Yeah,
but
of
it's this.
Just it's music
Doesn't
too.
matter. I can hear music everywhere.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter
of
what it
course.
is. I'm very lucky because as a composer, I've done comedy, I've done science fiction, drama, fantasy.
So you have many inspiration.
Yeah,
yes, of life.
I'm a fairly, I'm a chameleon.
Yep.
So I can change to all sorts of styles. For example, when I did Thor, many people, composers, were surprised when I did the music for Thor, because they thought I was Shakespeare
Yeah.
or other kind of dramas or maybe light comedy. To do a big movie like this
Yeah, of course.
was unusual. They thought for me, but for me it wasn't unusual because I'd been listening to these kind of rock and roll scores, and I thought,
Yeah.
oh, I know how to do that. I know what they're doing here. I can do this and do that. So I'm listening to. When I go to see a movie, I'm enjoying the film, but subconsciously I'm listening to the score as well. I don't
Okay.
study film music.
Okay.
Um,
You just heard a lot of
it's
music.
around
and-
me.
Okay.
Jazz is around me. Pop music.
Yeah.
You know, I'll put on the radio. I'll listen to some pop music. Doesn't matter what it's playing. I don't necessarily know who the group are,
Yeah.
but I enjoy the music. For example, in Planet of the Apes
Yeah.
and Thor, I use rock and roll and classical music.
Okay. And why you use rock and roll and classic for just the Planet of the Apes?
Well, I use it for Planet of the Apes and also for Thor because you've got a modern audience.
Yeah.
They are used to modern sounds.
Yeah.
Then you need to, the drama needs symphony music to lift it and for all the variations. But as long as there's an underlying modernity there, then it keeps the music current, it keeps it fresh, contemporary, but there's elements of the tradition of music in there, the classical tradition. So I enjoyed the melange.
Okay.
I
yes.
liked the mixture.
Yeah, of course. So, have you got an artwork like very touch you, like a sound, a music that very touch you, and you say, okay, this is freaking cool. So I'm gonna be a composer right now. I gonna have some new ideas to make.
Well, there's certain. I'll be watching maybe a documentary or something, and I'll hear maybe a score. I don't know what it is. It was a great sound. I love that. Or a particular singer. I'll like, oh, I'd like to use that person. I like opera. Sometimes I'll maybe hear a piece of dance music or whatever, and think, oh, that's a great sound. That I'll take that sound and maybe make it my own sound.
Yep.
Or like a certain rhythm. Maybe I just put on YouTube the other day and I saw some music from Saudi Arabia. I thought that's a great sound. They were playing drums and they were swinging these sticks. It's a sort of tradition in Kuwait, in fact, not Saudi Arabia, in Kuwait. I thought, oh, that's interesting. Or throat music from Mongolia.
Yep.
I'd like
Very
to use
interesting too.
Sorry?
Yes, it's very interesting to
Yeah.
have different kind
Yeah,
of.
South American music, I'm interested in all music.
Yeah, I think so. So, I show you some question
Okay,
of people.
okay.
Je voulais savoir sur ses compositions pour Harry Potter 4, est-ce que il aurait essayé de se rapprocher des musiques des anciens ou est-ce qu'il a essayé de contraster avec? Je voulais savoir un peu comment il avait travaillé par rapport au fait que les films d'avant, les premiers films d'Harry Potter ont été composés, la musique a été composée par d'autres compositeurs, donc j'aimerais savoir comment il a fait par rapport à ça. Voilà.
Oui.
So this is a good question.
Oui, oui. D'accord. C'est une bonne question. The other 3 Potters before
Before the 4.
fourth was John Williams.
Yep.
And when I was asked to do Harry Potter initially, I says, perhaps, maybe no. So I said, and my children said, yes. You have no choice.
Okay. Take it.
But seriously,
Take the
seriously,
chance.
said, you are not saying no to Harry Potter. Forget your art. But seriously, I said, okay, I have to meet the filmmakers. First of all, I was very flattered and honoured that they asked me to do this great thing. But I wanted to, if I were just working with John's music, who's a fantastic composer, I'd have to see there was enough for me as a composer to have fun and not to be always playing the theme
Yes.
as themes.
Like.
So I met the filmmakers, and I after reading the script, I very quickly realised that this was a different script, as I said earlier, very different tone, love stories, new characters,
Yeah.
darker,
Different history of realizator.
all very, very different. And I would only be using John's theme, which was I was very proud to do so, just a few times. So I would have the opportunity for writing waltzes and High in Winter and all this music, which is very fortunately played all the time. So then it was, I mean, the filmmaker said, look, we understand you may have to use John Williams' theme, but we understand you may not want to do this, or let's see. So I said, okay, we'll meet, and we discussed it, and I thought, no, this is fine, I'll be able to, because there is a great tradition of people working with other themes, especially in the world of symphonic music.
Yes.
You have Paganini variations, you've Brahms has written music based on other people's themes, so it's a great tradition. So this was no different. So there was a great opportunity for me to have my own musical voice.
Yes.
So I hope that answers this question.
And to have a unique
My
sound of a
my own,
movie.
yeah. I think I achieved that. I think that was that's what people seem to think. I created my own voice. I think I did. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm very happy I did it. Next
Let's
question.
continue. Yes, next question.
Okay.
So, up.
Oh.
Okay, yes.
Let's put it in there.
Ce serait par exemple dans quelle mesure, comment il supervise toute la partie orchestration? Est-ce qu'il a automatiquement l'effectif qui va jouer sa musique, ou est-ce qu'il a quelqu'un d'autre qui va adapter ce qu'il va composer pour l'orchestre qui est attribué au film en fonction des moyens, quoi. Donc voilà.
I do my own orchestrations. Yeah. I have an orchestrator who helps me.
Okay.
I have a team. When it's a small movie, for example, I've just done a movie for Ken Branagh. All is True. It's about the last 3 years of the life of William Shakespeare.
Okay.
So I did all the orchestration, all the composition, and the conducting, and I played the piano. And it was a small orchestra, so I did everything, and it's exhausting, right?
Okay.
But I did it all,
course.
right? There was no budget, so I did everything. So, for example, if I place a glass of water there, I can say to my assistant, please put that water over there for me, please. Okay, you can't do it, but I can do it, okay. So that's what it's like with a composer. Do this, do this, do this, do this.
Yes,
So you're
it's not very
orchestrating,
creative.
but you're telling them,
Yeah.
horns, flutes, violins, do this,
so
double this,
complicated.
double this, double this, double this, that. Or no, leave it to me, I'll do that. For example, in Cinderella, all the polkas and waltzes and everything myself, you know.
Okay.
So,
Complicated.
but also, this question is complicated because when you compose the music for a score, your demos, do you know what I mean? Demos? Your demonstration tape
Yep.
is full of artificial sounds, not a real orchestra. They're all samples.
Okay.
So I have to demo the entire movie without an orchestra, with
Okay.
samples. and they screen the movie with an audience with my demos. So I have to orchestrate before I get to the recording session these days. It's all changed. This is because of Hans Zimmer.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult. So to answer his question, yes, simply I'm in charge or do all the orchestrations. And the size of the orchestra depends on the team.
Yeah, of course.
I have a very small team compared to most composers. I have an assistant, and he sits in one room where his own room with two doors are open.
Okay.
He's there, and we both have the same computer with Logic.
Yep.
And we have the same sounds. And whenever I play on the screen, it comes up on his screen. So I'll play something against the picture and say, okay, could you quantize that? He will then see that's in 4/4 3/4 2/4. I'll watch him, and he'll say, I'll give him a task. Okay, I want this. Okay, then I'll go back and I'll do something else. Say, okay, let's have a look at it. No, change to this. Okay, next section, add the horns. I'll add the horns. Hold on, he just plays it with a click. I'll add the horns, add the flute, everything else. So then that is used, sent to the director, and they use that for the actual audience to test the movie. That was never done before when I first started. That never happened.
For the next question.
I have a question that where does his inspirations come from? Actually, the global thing, like where does he get the things to create, or like?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would be curious to know what's his work style. How does he work with film music? Because there's so many different ways to work in film music. What is his kind of routine? Yeah.
So these are the simple things. Yeah.
So
Well, I've answered a lot of that. Does he hire students for internships?
Yep.
That's the next question.
Yeah, that's the next question. Yeah.
No, I have. Well, sometimes. But I think I've answered most of those questions. In all my questions, I get inspiration from the script,
Yep.
from the filmmakers, obviously from the story,
From the universe.
from the narrative. And the thing is, I'm a dramatic writer, like Verdi was, or Puccini was, or Mahler, or these great. These are dramatic writers, and their maître was opera, whereas I am a very operatic film composer. I like drama, so when I write music, it has to have a story. If it's not for a film, if it's just for me, it has to have a story.
Yeah.
That's the way I can write it. I can imagine. I imagine a movie or imagine a landscape or something. So my inspiration can come from my own imagination, imagining a landscape, or if I'm writing music about, I've just written a piece called Scottish Overture. I think of all the things in my life that I loved about my country, the landscape, the people, the humour, the weather, and the music. So all that is in a piece before I write it. So when I'm asked to do a film, where is the film set? Oh, it's set on the Nile. It's Death on the Nile. So immediately, which part of the world is that? What instruments are the specialities in that area? What's the type of? It'll be hot. So, and it's going to be full of mystery.
Yeah.
So what instruments will I use for mystery? And
Yes.
so it would have an Eastern sound to it clearly. What kind of percussion will I use?
Yeah.
So
what kind of sound I used?
Yes, the soundscape.
Yeah.
Even before I meet the director, I begin to think about
okay.
things.
What kind of universe I create?
Yes,
Like this. Yeah.
correct, exactly. So that answers that question.
Okay.
Yeah.